before I start with my new review, just going to tell you about the live stream that's happening tonight, 8 PM UK time, the best albums of 1988, where all the crew join me tonight, the crew from the previous live stream, plus a couple of more guests on it to talk about the best albums of 1988. Don't miss it. You're going to love it. You're going to absolutely love it, and you can comment with all your best albums of 88, and I'll try to keep my eye on all those albums and give you a mention as you comment. So, Temple Balls. I think there's more hype around this name than anything. I don't give a shit about the name. In fact, the name does them a favour because it gets people talking about the band. Anyway, I'm sure that's not what they're after, but Temple Balls, their new album, Pyromide. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly because I'm really shit at pronouncing everything. This was out on Friday. I was meant to review it like I was the Icon of Sin album. Never got round to it, but I've had a couple of days of it. And I love this album. It's out on Frontiers. 11 tracks, 43 minutes and 47 seconds long. I've got this cat. The cat! Shut up! He's coming here now. He's coming here. He knows he's naughty. Anyway, these guys are from Finland, so a little bit different. A lot of these sort of bands are from Sweden. So these guys are from Finland. They consist of listen, everyone knows how bad I am at names. I might just not bother saying them anymore, but I think it's part of the fun. Ard Tironen on vocals, Jiri Pavono on guitar, Nico Varula on guitar, Jimmy Valakandges on bass, and Antti Hissa on drums. I don't know why I bother, I really don't. Anyway, so this was produced by the Heat keyboardist. So if anyone watches this channel, they know I love Heat. They're a Swedish band, one of the best in this genre, melodic hard rock stroke metal sometimes. More melodic hard rock, I'd say. And he's the keyboardist in Heat, and he does a great job producing, and I think he mixed the album as well. So it's a great mix, just like the Heat albums are, just like the Eclipse albums are. This band fit right in with all those, you know, like I mentioned before, Heat, Eclipse, Crash Diet, Crazy Licks. Man, all you guys out there, especially the ones from the US who don't sometimes get, you know, you don't get access to a lot of this music, or you don't hear about these bands. Listen to all of those, plus Temple Balls, because they are, why did I go Temple Balls? Anyway, Temple Balls are just right in the mix of all those great bands, and I love those great melodic hard rock bands. I think they're, you know, they are sort of paving the way for this 80s infused melodic hard rock, but they've got the production and the mix where it sounds modern at the same time. So you get those, they make the most of those hooks in the mix. You know, this album's full of hooks, full of melody all the way through it. It's very, I mean, you could imagine some of these songs being on, I don't know, some Netflix shows like the Cobra Kai Netflix show, something like that. This would fit perfectly. It's got that 80s sound, but it's modern. They are perfect soundtrack band. They've got so many hooks, so many melodies. Brilliant. I can imagine some of these songs in those programs. Anyway, brilliant riffs throughout, but it ain't just all about heaviness. Them riffs are sort of mixed in with so much melody. There's gang vocals throughout this album. A lot of the choruses are gang vocals, but that doesn't take away. Also, there's some great backing vocals, harmonies and stuff like that all the way through it. But the main thing about this album is that, like I said, there's hooks everywhere, melody. If you're into melodic hard rock, they're a great band. The singer as well, he's just as good as anyone in the genre at the moment. Like, you know, Crazy Licks, Crash Diet, Heat, he's just, you know, he's up there with those guys. So thumbs up to these guys. They're really good, and I'm not sure why I didn't notice them before. This is actually the first album with Frontiers, the third album, but the first album with Frontiers. That might be why, I don't know. But Frontiers are a good label at getting their bands out there for everyone to listen to. So that's what's happened here. It's the first time I've heard of them, and I love the album. It's absolutely great. Let's just go through some songs. First one is the kicking off the album. It's a great song to kick the album off of. First single, Thunder from the North. Energetic rocker, great vocal, gang vocals in the chorus, like there is so many of these choruses. Great way, like I said, to start the album. Next up is Long Ways, Long Lies. Another shout it out loud chorus. Great use of keys for atmosphere throughout this song, especially in the verses. You know, it's not at the forefront, but if it was taken away, it would take something away from the song, if that makes sense. Next up is one of my favourite tracks, TOTC. Thrill of the Chase stands for. This was a single that I reacted to a little while ago. Really fun song, heavy riffing, energetic, 80s feel, almost Skid Row feel to this song. You know, that energy that Skid Row had way back then. You know, Slave to the Grind period, maybe on the debut album. Next up, Fallen Youth. Great riff kicking it off. Classic 80s inspired sound again. Could be a single, I reckon. Fallen Youth. One of the strong songs again. Next up is a really fun song, Bad, Bad, Bad. Very sleazy. Yeah, they've got a slight sleazy touch to this band. Slight, not too much though. They're definitely in this song. Very catchy though, all the time. The band are catchy throughout the album. Next up is What Is Dead Never Dies. Pretty good fast rocker. Well, not one of my favourites, but this doesn't, even though it's a rocker, it doesn't lose any of the energy. Gang vocals again throughout. Next up is Unholy Night, heavy riff kicking it off. Another rocker, but like I said, you know, the hooks are everywhere on this album, no matter what speed of the song. It's a great album. Right, so we're going to hit probably one of the highlights of the album for me. Heart of a Warrior. I love this. So after a quick little intro, an excellent classic metal riff kicks it off, and one of the best songs precedes it. One of the best songs on the album precedes it. This could be, like I said about soundtracks, this could be, you can imagine this song on that Cobra Kai series or something like that. It would surprise me if, it wouldn't surprise me if some of these songs have already been used and I don't know about it. Excellent song, Heart of a Warrior, check that one out. You Better Run's next. Nice, more catchy hooks, melodies all the way through it again. A really good song. And then we go into another highlight of the album for me. So Heart of the Warrior is great, and this one as well, If Only I Could, is a ballad. Piano starting it off. Nice to hear the singer over the piano part. Takes a break from the heaviness and him just singing over a piano. Got an excellent tone to his lower register. Really beautiful song. The song builds and builds into a great solo. When the solo starts off, there's a lovely little melody line that runs for about, you know, four melodies. It goes into like 4 passages, and then it goes into like the actual solo, and it's a brilliant solo. Then it dies down again into piano, a classic heavy rock ballad. Check that one out, If Only I Could. Absolutely brilliant. And then we actually finish off really strong as well with Something to Die For. A great closer, some more gang vocals, melodies throughout. From beginning to end, this is catchy, melodic, heavy rock. Just like you get with all those bands I've already mentioned. So these join that long list of European bands that are just smashing the shit out of everything at the moment. The main one being Eclipse, always been my favourite maybe. Heat, Crazy Licks, Crash Diet, Temple Balls. Superb band. They fit right in with all that genre of music. You know, they're heading the way in this sort of sound, without a doubt. So, thanks for listening. What do you think? Have you heard the Temple Balls album? Let me know if you're a fan anyway of their previous albums. And if you've got this, is this better than the previous albums? How does it compare? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you next time.